Good morning, welcome. Day number 3 of my short trip. Like I said in the previous videos, I'm in the Netherlands now for the last day, especially around Nijmegen and Arnheim. And over the night I stayed in a little town outside, and like I always do, you check around with Google Maps what's to find nearby. And what I found was a monument. I show you now. Dedicated. We saw this one before in Normandy, right? Pegasus Bridge. And it's dedicated to the British Airborne Corps Headquarter under General Boy Browning. And during Operation Market Garden, pretty much, he had his headquarters here. They landed in the area around here. Of course, a bigger group of soldiers and gliders. And from here out, they started their advance towards Nijmegen. It's like 20 plus kilometers from here. And yeah, I think the British and Canadians, who also fought here in the Netherlands, they're not so present like of course the Americans with all their airborne forces and whatnot. So I thought, just passing by, I take the chance to show you this one. It's a monument trip anyhow, so that's that. Then for today I have 2 more monuments, the one for the 101st and one for Band of Brothers. I think it's even called Band of Brothers Easy Company Monument, so of course that's an important stop for me. And then we have 2 small museums I want to check out also, and then I have also a trip back home for 5 hours highway. So that's that for the start, and then I think next one will be the 101st Airborne Monument. So see you there in a moment. We're at my second stop, one of the many bridges. Right now we are at the outskirts of Arnheim. That's just right down the river there. One of the plenty targets from Operation Market Garden was those bridges around Arnheim and Nijmegen. And right here, like I said, we have the monument for the 101st. You can see here overall map of the fightings going on here. Front line, that's where they came in. If you've seen, well, they have no pictures here, but if you have seen those pictures or movies, so all over this area airborne, so they came in by parachutes. The complete sky was full of parachutes, and as you can see, airborne stuff all over there. And down here we have Nijmegen, the HQ where we've been this morning, right from the gliders. There are the bridges, and up here down the river, that's Arnhem, right down there. That's where the fighting happened, trying to cross the river and shorten up the war. Here we have the monument for it. And just right down there, 2 minutes by car, it's the one for the Easy Company. It's going to be my next stop. Luckily it's just dry for the moment, as you can see in the clouds. I had a lot of rain this morning already, so I'm lucky. So I take a quick trip down the road there to see the Easy Company, and the rest of the day mostly will be inside, I hope. Okay, let's get there. And stop number 3 this morning. Just came from there, so you can see the river back there. And if you have seen Band of Brothers, you would remember all all these green areas, and then we have these dikes in between. That's where some of the stuff they even shoot in the video. You can see it here. And there was this one episode with Dick Winters when he gave the signal and they stormed forward where he was running alone. Well, this was probably one of these places when he came over a dike, and then it was all full with German soldiers. And what we found here, or what we got here, is this little monument. Crossroads. Well, and Crossroads, if I'm not completely wrong, that's also the name of the episode, right? The attack started when 35 American soldiers ran toward the dike, not realizing that some 150 Germans were waiting behind the embankment. So they just came over it, small group, and 150, that's 5 times. But by luck of the surprise, yeah, just wanted to quickly stop and by here. It's different if you see it in the TV, neither if it's shot for a movie production, a serial production, or if you even see real-time video footage, or if you come here in person. It's just greens and field, a lot of water at this time. Still, Band of Brothers, Crossroads, Easy Company monument. Nice find. I'm in Hartenstein now. That's a little outside of Arnheim. We have 2 cozy little museums here. It's called Airborne Museum, and what you also can find here that's interesting, and finally we're at number 1, it's the perimeter, about the fighting that happened here. We have the Pegasus symbol again. We can see parachuters coming down there. That's one of the bridges where the fighting happened. It's a big monument over there on the other side of the park. And then we have this little cozy museum. Airborne Museum at Hartenstein, it's called. In an old building. If you're interested in more, there's also something called Liberation Route. Also, it's about the British and the Canadians a lot. So, little museum. Okay, wait, we have 2 more monuments outside. Let's check this out real quick. Well, it's close to the building in Bastogne, the officers' mess or casino. Different type, but also really old. So we got here dedicated to the air crews, right? Royal Air Force and American during Market Garden. Oh, one more over there. You can see we have also another point marker down there. It's number 9, Villa Hartenstein, that's where we are. The headquarter of the British troops. And here you have a map. QR code, is it working through video as well? Try it, scan it. And a little explanation. Okay, nice. where we just were standing. I'm inside the museum now. Look at this building. Look at the staircase. Wow, really old building. Really nice. But while the museum building itself is really old, it was there during World War Operation Market Garden. Still they tried to find a way to install some modern stuff, as you can see there, a little video introduction in the situation, which starts with the D-Day operation, with a quick overlook about what happened there, the invasion in Europe, and then how it came to Operation Market Garden and what was the bigger idea behind it of the Allied forces, what they tried to achieve. And yeah, they explained this in the beginning, and then the operation itself, the different troops that was fighting in and around Arnheim during Operation Market Garden. And then you saw those glider pictures, paratroopers played a big role, and that's why Easy Company was there as well. Yeah, their airborne division. Sorry. And yeah, you have your replica showcases there with equipment from those guys, and of course also some personal stories of some soldiers that fought there. There was, of course, a lot of British forces around Arnheim and inside Arnheim. We see more of them later on. And then, of course, the German forces. They were fighting against their equipment, their weapons. Of course, a lot of those things you've seen, yeah, many times, but they're part of it. And I think that's the, no, that's still the British. I'm not sure if we get a look about the Polish. Is that the Polish? I think some of them is also Polish paratroopers that were fighting there. And that's some more German uniforms. And then from those exhibits you later get on towards the basement, and what they installed there is a simulation of a flight with a glider, bringing in the paratroopers and then landing within the area where they fought. And that's such a dark mode, such a dark chamber down there in the basement. You only get a quick look, but well, that even frightened me. That's like, I don't know, Halloween scares or stuff like that. That was, yeah. That was a So I'm just outside the museum. I hope the lawnmower is not too loud. And I was just first wondering, because it's a little weird background for this kind of museum, but as I found out inside already and outside there's also the placard. This villa played a large role during the Battle of Arnheim because it was the headquarter for the British and Polish forces. So makes sense, after the war they made it a museum. Small, cozy, but the experience in the basement really interesting. You saw it down there, and the dark scenes and everything. That's quite an experience. Where's the entry? The exhibit is also nice. Well, like I said, the building itself seems a little odd in the beginning, but with a historical background, keep the building in its original and implant a museum. It's not so easy, but I would say well done. So that's it for this museum. One more and maybe some other things to find on the way there. So meet you at the next stop. So my second stop here in Arnheim. As you can see, one of the bridges of Arnheim, and this bridge marks the foremost point how far the British came during Market Garden. This is the area they took over, and they tried to hold for a couple of days, but because the reinforcements couldn't connect to them, they had to give it up later on. So this is one of the bridges, and we have an artillery gun here. An air picture, probably from back then, maybe what it looked like. I would guess it's just the other way around, looking into the city. So we're supposed to be somewhere down here. Bridge over there, coming from outside the city. We're on the left side, so around here. And while this is an important point of the siege of Arnheim, Operation Market Garden, there's another little museum there, airborne at the bridge. So that's why I stopped here. It got the marker, John Frost Bridge. So there's the explanation about what happened here. And I want to check out the bridge and the museum. So let's take a look inside. So, airborne museum at the bridge. Cozy little museum. It's for free. They only, if you feel free to donate something, they have donate collectors standing there, but it's no entrance fee or nothing. Just right down below the bridge, giving you some interesting insight of the couple of days when the fighting here went on. You can see some interesting aerial pictures from back in that time. The buildings from those days, they are not there anymore, but what they showed us, pretty much the British came all the way up here at the riverside, and they saw how strong the forces on the bridge were, so they were sure they could not capture the bridge just in one way. So they started occupying all the buildings around the bridge. It's not there anymore, but from there they could look into the bridge, and they started making the advances, trying to take over the bridge a couple of times. Did not work out, unfortunately. The plan was to take over and protect the bridge. As they wrote down, there were explosives, so they were afraid the Germans would detonate the bridge. And if you go all the way down there, being 20 kilometers, that's where armed forces would come from and support them in covering the bridge. Did not happen, unfortunately, as well. So yeah, those are, well, side stands of the bridge. I'm not sure how to call them, but as we can see, wait, where comes my finger? There's an entrance here, there's an exit here leading up, and there are openings on top in this one. So that's where the German had on both sides MG stands and troops inside and whatnot, and that's how they secured the bridge. Pretty much in both directions, right? Yeah. Well, don't know what to say. So this was only an extra goodie. I wanted to make this airborne trip, as I said in the beginning of the videos, and that's why we came from Bastogne all the way up here. Well, we had them down the river there. It's where their fighting happened. It's where the crossroads were, and it was part of Operation Market Garden, and the other part was here. And I took the chance because I'm not sure when I will come back, if I will come back. Quite different scene than to what we saw in Normandy or in other spots, but still quite interesting. Learned a lot about these days. Yeah, not sure if I find some more monuments. Also good possible, it's lunchtime now, I will eat something, and maybe probably from there that's it already for this trip. So without any more talking, just the last words for this trip. I didn't do them for the other two videos, so only for the last day. Life's short, so make the most of it. See you next time.